Have you ever invested in strategies or tactics or perhaps a course that told you they could give you the step by step of what you needed to do and you still didn't get the results that you were looking for? I'm going to raise both hands. I've done that on more than one occasion. And it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating when you think that you have the best next step, excuse me, or the best next tactic, or right. And it just doesn't get you the result that you're looking for. Why is that? Why does that happen? I'm going to dive into that today and what you get to do to make sure that tactics and strategies that you invest in do help you. All right. I am Angela W. Stillwell. I am CEO and founder of Untapped Strengths, and I work with individuals to transform them into top 1% leaders, and I work with teams to transform them into powerhouses. And one of the things that I often see is this very topic that we're going to get into today. And, the promise that so many people make or so many businesses make to those of us who are purchasing their product or their service is that this is the answer. And one of the things that I have found is that what I'm going to dive into today, if you haven't done this first, then none of those tactics or strategies are going to give you the long-term results that you want. And I want to open this up on my screen here. Because I want to read this to you in just a minute. And so I've had this theme that keeps popping in my head, gosh, over the last, I don't know, couple of months. And it is the word wisdom. The word wisdom. And I'm going to read to you today. I'm going to get into the Bible today. So if that offends you, I apologize. However, whether you are a God person or not, this pertains to you too, because it is something that we can all benefit from. All right. So the scripture that I want to read to you today is Proverbs chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Get wisdom, develop good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. Love her and she will guard you. Right? What the heck am I talking about? Wisdom. Wisdom is this word that keeps coming up for me over and over and over again. Like I said, over the last couple of months. And it's like, okay, where do I get to invest in more wisdom? Where is it that I get to really seek more wisdom? Where is it that I need more wisdom? Where is it that I can use more wisdom? And look, the bottom line is we all can use more wisdom in our lives. And so often that wisdom is really around understanding ourselves first. And that's the key. So tactics, strategies, next steps, business planning, those are all great. And if you haven't developed the wisdom, the understanding of yourself first, none of those will matter. And I can attest to this. My clients can attest to this. Look, it happens over and over and over again. Have you ever done that? Have you ever invested in a course or coaching, or you bought that PDF, or you asked for that download, or you read that book, or and you all of these steps and tactics are outlined for you, and then you don't get the result you're looking for? That's because there's something that's going on within yourself that you've not gained an understanding of yet. And if you've heard me previously, you know that I really dive into the neuroscience aspect, the neuroplasticity of our brains. What is it that is impacting us day in and day out? Look, the first 7 years of your life, you're a sponge. Your subconscious brain is just taking in, taking in, taking in, taking in. And then that impacts every decision you make for the rest of your life. Literally, for the rest of your life, you're setting up these belief systems that you don't have the capacity to yet understand because your brain is not developed. And I don't want to get all into the science piece of it on today's call, on today's live show, because it can get really, really deep, right? Just know this: your brain operates only to help you survive. And those first 7 years are developing ways to help you survive. It's not about thriving. It's not about having this amazing, tremendous life. It is about literally your subconscious brain is about surviving and procreation for today. It doesn't look at the future. It doesn't look beyond today. It doesn't get out beyond the current situation. It is like, can I keep you safe right here, right now, today? Can I help your body procreate today? And listen, I get it. Not everybody is about procreating right now. Not everybody can procreate. However, your subconscious brain doesn't realize that. Okay. It doesn't realize that. It is there just to keep you safe in this moment. Help you outrun that grizzly bear, help you outrun that saber-toothed tiger, help keep you safe from, the pillaging Vikings or whatever, right? It is there to keep you safe in this moment. And so when you start gaining wisdom, when you start gaining understanding of how your beliefs have been formed, and you start gaining an understanding of, do I still want those beliefs to be driving every decision I make, action I take, and result that I get? Because they do. They absolutely do. Your beliefs that were developed way back in life are impacting 90+% of every decision you make, action you take, and result that you get. Unless you gain wisdom, unless you gain understanding, unless you take your thoughts captive and you decide that I don't want that to be my truth anymore. I don't want that to be my belief anymore. I don't want that to be my driving factor anymore. Once you gain that wisdom and that understanding, then you can make some shifts. It takes time. Look, however old you are, that is how many years you have been operating the way that you have been operating. I'm 57. I have some stuff that I have been operating from for 57 freaking years, right? Now, I've done a lot of work on myself, so some of that I've been able to shift over time. I've been on this process of better understanding, how my past is impacting my present and my future for quite some time. And prior to doing that work, what I found was once I'll tell you. So when I was going through my divorce, in the middle of the divorce 12 years ago. I mean, my divorce has been final for 11 years. But 12, 13 years ago, when I started going through all of that and really thinking, okay, what is it that got me to this place? What did I get to take ownership of? Right? What have I done right and wrong? I don't want to label things right and wrong, right? I mean, it just is what it is. What could I have done better? Let's put it that way. What could I have done better so that I didn't end up here? Or so that maybe I could have shifted where I am now. And what I found was that things that had worked for me for surviving, for surviving in the past were inhibiting me from being able to step into that next level of who I wanted to be. Okay. And that happens for every single one of us. At some point, there's a process that you get to go through of weeding out, just like you clean out your closet, just like you clean out your chest of drawers, just like you clean out, maybe it's under your bed or your attic or your basement or your garage or whatever, right? When you do that clean out process, you're like, okay, this is something. What is it, Marie Kondo? This brings me joy. This brings me joy. This doesn't bring me joy. I like this. This is useful. This is no longer useful. I'm going to donate this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to trash this. I'm going to sell this. Right. So when you're going through your physical things around you, and believe me, your environment is very important. Your physical environment is important too, just as well as your mental and emotional environment. When you're going through that process, you decide what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of. Well, that same thing happens mentally, right? You get to bring your subconscious thoughts to the consciousness, right? Your automatic thoughts that, unless you really focus in on this, you're not even aware of those thoughts. I had so many thoughts that were driving my decisions and actions that when I really started digging into them, it was like, wow, wow. Okay, now I can see why this was happening and why this was happening, right? And look, I still have stuff, because listen, this is something that is an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. And until you're willing to lean in and do this deep work, and it's deep work. I am not going to lie to you. Look, there are tears that are shed. There is anger. There is frustration with myself and with others, with yourself and with others, that you're going to go through when you're doing this work. It's not comfortable work. It just isn't. You get to shine a light on all kind of stuff that you have never shined a light on before. And when you're ready to shine that light, here's what happens. When painful situations come up, you're able to face them. You're able to make shifts. You're able to bring joy back into your life, even in those uncomfortable places. Your health gets better. Your relationships get better. Your finances get better. Right? Wealth, health, relationships. Those are the three things that drive all of us. Some of them drive some of us more than others, right? It's those three areas though: wealth, health, and relationships. Look, there's nothing wrong with any of that. There's nothing wrong with wealth. Building wealth is tremendous. So if there's something in your head that's going, guess what? That's something you get to work on. Because making impact is much easier when you have wealth. And wealth isn't just about money. It's about time. It's about freedom. It's about your whole life. Wealth encompasses health and relationships also. Okay. So listen, when you're thinking about tactics and strategies, yes, those are important. And until you do this work, until you gain wisdom, until you gain understanding of what is driving your decisions, your actions, and your results, then the tactics and the strategies don't matter. Yes, with my clients, whether it's corporate clients or one-on-one clients, yes, we get into tactics, we get into strategies. We absolutely do. And we also get to touch on and dig into, not just touch on, dig into what is it that's really stopping you? Because it's probably not a tactic. It's probably not a strategy. It's probably a belief. It's probably a feeling. It's probably a thought that keeps repeating over and over and over again. And again, it happens on a subconscious level that you're not even aware of. So my hope is that you'll join me on this trek to gain more wisdom, to gain more understanding. It's a process. There's a whole framework that I use with clients to take them through this, to help them uncover this. It's not a one and done. It's not complete in a week. It's a process, not going to lie. And once you do get this process, then the rest of it's easy. I mean, comparatively speaking. Comparatively speaking. Because in this world right now, there's some challenges, right? There's some challenges going on in this world. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Yeah, strategies, tactics, next steps, those are beautiful. Those are fantastic. And in the right situation, they can be game-changing. And if you haven't done this piece of gaining wisdom and understanding, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. So here's what I'd love for you to do. I have a free report that you can get that helps you uncover these blind spots that are blocking you, that are stopping you from being able to implement those tactics and strategies. I'd love to share those with you. You can put blind spots in the comments below or to the side or wherever it is on the screen where you're watching this. Or you can send me a DM on whichever platform it is that you're watching this. Just say blind spots or whatever you want to say in your DM, right? And I will send you that report. It's a free report. There's no catch to it. And there's some work that you get to do with that free report, right? If you just get the free report and you don't do the work that's in it, then it doesn't matter. This is not a one pager. This is, I can't even remember how many pages it is. It's work for you to do. Okay. So I hope that you will say yes to that. And if not, that's okay too. Just do this work on gaining wisdom, on gaining understanding. There are a lot of resources that are out there. And if you'd like some of the resources, you can DM me or put that in the comments too. There's a few books and some other places that you can go and get some more information on this. I have a whole list of books. If you want to just read a book, there's that as well. Happy to share all of that with you. So just put it in the comments below or to the side, wherever that is on the screen where you're watching this. And I can't wait to hear from you. I hope you have a fantastic week and think about where you get to expand your wisdom and your understanding so that you can implement the tactics and strategies. Because that's the difference maker, is wisdom and understanding. All right. With that, have a fantastic remainder to your Wednesday and the rest of this week. And I will see you live on next week's weekly live show. And yeah, have a great weekend. See ya. Bye.